Hello everyone, welcome back to Lumiapedia, where we learn about the newest test subjects. Today, we'll be looking at Tazia. While Tazia's individual skills are not the most powerful, her full combo can bring devastating results for the enemies.
오죽 완벽해야만 아름다워질 가치가 있어.
Tazia's passive, Artigianato, and skill, Stiletto, leave glass shards on the ground, which empowers her other abilities. While Tazia is a character with a high skill floor, Tazia rewards successful execution with an even higher return. Let's look at her skills. Tazia's combos are centered around glass shards from her Q and passive. Stiletto and Polizia gain additional effects after collecting glass shards. Comboing Q with Fiasco and Paradiso amplifies Tazia's potential. Let's start with Tazia's passive. Collecting a glass shard gives a stack up to a maximum of 4 stacks, which gives Tazia a glass sword at max stacks. Enhances Tazia's next basic attack to do enhanced skill damage and generates a glass shard when hitting an enemy. Tazia's Q, Spada, relies on glass shards to make glass swords. This is important to keep in mind while doing combos. When playing Tazia, use glass shards to rotate your abilities efficiently. Tazia shoots a glass blade towards an enemy, dealing skill damage and generating a glass shard. Tazia automatically generates a glass blade charge up to a maximum of 4 stacks of glass blades. When Tazia has a glass sword prepared, her Q becomes Spada. She launches the glass sword, dealing skill damage while pushing them back and generating glass shards on hit and at the splash as well. Stiletto has a short cooldown, and Tazia can hold up to 4 stacks. Being precise with your aim is important, as you rely on hitting a target to generate a glass shard, which also then leads to forming a glass sword. The range is not the longest for the ability, with extra difficulties with the short pre-delay during the cast that allows enemies to play around Tazia's combo. So make sure you're careful. Tazia's W is Fiasco. Creates an unstable glass barrier at a chosen location. If an enemy collides with the barrier, the glass breaks, dealing damage and stunning them. After the glass barrier breaks, glass shards are created at each end. Fiasco gives a stable way for Tazia to anchor her targets, which helps her skill shot based combo. There's a bit of pre-delay with the animation for the wall, so using the wall as a chain with other abilities, such as Spada or other crowd controls for teammates, is advised. When using Fiasco and the wall most efficiently, Tazia players should aim to utilize the stun and glass shards generated from the wall to enhance and lengthen their combo cycle. Tazia's E is Polizia. Quickly move to a specified point and shatter the surrounding glass shards. Glass blade is recovered to the number of destroyed glass shards. If a glass shard is shattered, Tazia swings the glass blade at a rival. Tazia gains shield and deals skill damage to enemies. Enemies' movement speed is also slowed. Damage amount and shield amount increase per every shattered glass shards. Polizia is Tazia's mobility skill. Polizia has a short delay, allowing Tazia pilots to use the ability instantly to dodge skills or quickly chain abilities. Tazia shatters glass shards around the ability landing location. Tazia's ultimate is Paradiso. She creates a large sword, shattering all glass shards within range, so as enemies within range as well. Enemies directly hit by this skill take skill damage and are slowed. If glass blades or glass sword is used and the large sword is destroyed, enemies in range take skill damage. Damage increases proportionally for every shattered glass shards. The area for the direct hit is fairly small, but the direct hit adds damage and the slow to her combo, so make sure to hit the target with the center. Paradiso also shatters all glass shards around the skill area, adding bonus damage. Tazia can also explode the large sword with her Q to add additional area damage. Exploding the large sword once it's fully formed allows Tazia to continue cycling her combo after as well. Tazia's goal is to keep enemies in her effective range to create as many glass shards to prepare her combo. Once the settings are right, Tazia can quickly shatter the glass shards to burst down her targets. The combo chain and the high level of control required to execute her combo makes Tazia's skill floor and ceiling both really high. We hope players can have fun experiencing and finding their own combos and playstyle with Tazia. Now let's talk a bit more about her safe plans. Tazia offers a high damage output with her combos. Tazia's kit requires her to stay in action to create glass shards, but taking some health and defense on Tazia is a good decision. Skill Lamp is also a must in order to make sure her combos pack a punch. We'll get into more details once we get in game. For the weapon, we went with Azure Dagger, which offers heal reduction. Having healing reduction lets players have more freedom with other items in other slots, especially when it comes to accessories for characters that rely on Skill Lamp. We went with Motorcycle Helmet for the head. Tazia's passive requires Tazia to use basic attacks. Skill Lamp, attack speed, and health are all great on Tazia, so we went with Motorcycle Helmet. Our choice for the chest is Cardinal Robes. The armor has been buffed recently for Skill Lamp. The robe also offers SP regen, additional HP, and defense. These are all great options for Tazia, so we believe that Cardinal Robes is one of the many good options for Tazia. We picked Dropnir for the arm. Dropnir is always a great option for Skill Lamp builds, offering good Skill Lamp and defense. Straight Jacket Sneakers for the leg. Now that cloth can be found at dock, the sneakers are easy to route. If you miss a cloth on the route, feel free to pick up a scrap metal to make sure you can get glacial crampons instead. Uchiwa for the accessory. Uchiwa offers a good amount of Skill Lamp and Omni-Siphon. Omni-Siphon is great for Tazia, who has to be in the heart of the fight due to her range to create glass shards. Overall, we believe Uchiwa is a great pick. Here are our choices for our augments. We picked Vampiric Bloodline as the main augment. Tazia's combo requires a setup beforehand, naturally allowing Tazia to build stacks for Vampiric. Tazia also uses Skill Lamp and Omni-Siphon well. Stopping Power and Quench are always great options, as one helps damage and the other allows for an easier time farming. We also went for Support secondary with Thorn Shackles and Dea for more damage and extra vision range at night. The plan is a 3-zoner of Dock, Chapel, and Pond. We start at Dock. Feel free to eat your bread at the get-go, as we'll be making healing potions and cowboy for our consumables. Make sure to pick up the glass bottles. In unfortunate situations where others also start Dock and getting 3 cloth is not feasible, grab a scrap metal to craft glacial crampons over Straight Jacket Sneakers. Chapel is our second zone. Make sure to grab a stone to build Motorcycle Helmet. You can finish crafting your leg and chest here as well, which helps you maintain SP. Try to get leather here as well, as getting a leather at Pond can be really rough. Pond is our last zone. You can finish all your equipment as well as consumables in the zone. As the plan is fast, you can prepare for Tree of Life or Meteorites as well if you want. You can even make double guillotines if you prepared some rusty swords from Dock, which can increase your chance of successfully getting these objectives. This wraps up of our Lumiapedia for our 60th test subject, Tazia. We hope you enjoy her fancy abilities as much as we did. We'll see you next time for our 61st test subject, Irap.